with man, this is a great opportunity for me. I'm here with my first coach. No, well, yeah, my first coach. Out the fellow who coached me the first time. He's good people, but no, he wasn't a coach. But this is my first coach, and this is my first role model, mentor, and after 40 some years, yeah, this is my father. This is my daddy here, Mr. Arthur Matthews. Welcome to the show, Mr. Matthews.
What an opportunity just to get started on, I guess I would say the most enjoyable part of my life was the thing that happened with me coaching the Bulls baseball team. And to just get started is how that started. My son became of age to participate in Little League sports. Started out with football and he played that year. And after the football season was over, I got the idea that I wanted to get him involved in baseball. I started out with the Roy Knights in football, and I went. Roy Knight did not have a baseball program, so I went to Matthew Dickey, and we found a team that was just getting started, and we started a baseball team, and I was helping a young man. I can't remember his name now, but he did not come back the next year. So I decided I would take the team over, and that's how this journey got started. Got myself into something I didn't know what I was getting into, but over the years it gave me a lot of memories and a lot of things that I can look back on today and to sit back and enjoy time that we had with it. And the most important thing, well, one of the important things about this is that some of the young men that I had on my team has shown and told me about how they enjoyed the time they spent with me and how they appreciated what happened in our journey together. I look at that as a journey for the kids, but it was a journey for me, but I got to do some of the things that I was not able to do as a child.
Oh, we're gonna come to that good stuff too. Let's know about the man. So you you weren't born in St. Louis.
Nope.
Okay, what?
I'm from a little town called Cotopa, Alabama. All sand. That was the little country, a little farmland, and we didn't have the luxury of having baseball fields or football fields. It was just a country town, and I was very athletic minded, not equipped, but athletic minded, and I watched games, watched sports on TV when we got TV. I didn't have it in my early years, but and I got to learn the game and see how enjoyable it was, and I just loved it and wanted to be a part of it. Within my head, I thought I could be some of those athletes that I saw, but I didn't have it in me. I tried. So then I got to the point where I wanted to live my life through my son and with the young man that he grew up with. We formed a little coalition, I guess. Very fun for me.
He had a ball too, but like I say, going now that we know that that's something that we didn't know that you, based on what you said, have never played organized baseball.
Very true. I was a student of it as far as I watched, and I thought I was smart enough to just pick up on anything anybody else did. If they did it, I thought I could do it myself. But no, I never played any organized sports. My high school was, we had people that had gone into the military, and when they was released, they was able to come back to high school and participate in high school athletics. They was about 8, 10 years older than me and about 200 pounds heavier than me. So I didn't participate in the football doing that. And the baseball, by not having no training, I was not able to participate in it. Our basketball. So, but I always thought that I could do it. I thought I knew how to do it. Got the opportunity to try to put my skill into the young men that was coming up now. And I don't think they realized at the time, but I was living my life through them, making them do the things that I thought I should have been doing. But it was a good journey. And before we get any further, I would just like to thank Cecil for allowing me to share this. He got on me about 2 years ago and wouldn't let me go. That he wanted to do this. So I hope I can show my appreciation to them for what they did for me, and thankful that they show what their appreciation to me, what they say I did for them.
Oh yeah, you did a whole lot for us. I mean, like I said, going with that first team, the first time I ever saw you, like I said, was with the Raw Knights team, and that team for us that played when y'all came out. I mean, with the uniform threw us. When y'all came out there with the gray and blue uniform, and they were tucked in and looked like ready to play, and we had those white and green and yellow uniforms, and we had some, but our shirt was tucked out, some shirt was tucked in, legs. But that team was I mean, it looked like a team. Like, okay. And then we got beat badly because, there was only two of us that really could play on that team. But I mean, and it was like after that year, when my mother told me, yeah, I found you another team, because the coach said he wasn't going to coach again. I'm like, okay. And then when he said, the ones that used to be the Raw Knights, boy, I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing. And I got there and saw Manuel, like, okay, I'm good. And the mixture there became to where we got to know each other. And after I think that maybe that third practice, we realized that no, this is a team compared to where we came from. It's just a regular gathering, and we just threw the ball around. But no, you helped us learn then how to become a team at that point in time, because yeah, you made us run and all that kind of stuff. But we were excited because you made us excited. Seeing you come off the truck, the Tasty Bread truck, in your uniform, and all right, y'all ready? Man, just got off work and you finna practice? Okay. Well, most coaches, no, they either practice late at night after they got off work and went home, but you were coming from work straight to see us. And that first year, it was just okay, he really wants us to play. And your thing that I got was you want us to learn the game. Like you said, learn the game before we start worrying about winning. You would want us to learn to play the game and find out who can play, because we were still learning how to do that thing. So I guess your coaching skill, you adapted it from where?
From watching others and to just vision in my mind how things should be done. I knew there's always preparation before you actually participated. And I wanted to teach you how to do things before you actually had to perform. The right techniques and all. And I just said that with the inexperience that I had, I didn't know how it was going to work, but I was willing to give it a try. And I guess you could say it was a little slower with me because I went through a lot of details that normally a coach wouldn't have to go through if he knew how to do things. I know there was a lot of errors that I made in this with this team as far as how I handled the team, especially my pitchers. They didn't get that rest before they was to pitch a game. They was out there throwing the ball all day before they was ready to pitch, and they get in the game. Their arm wouldn't last for 2, 3 innings. But that was a learning process, and that was the good thing that I enjoyed doing because I had the support of the boys and support of their parents about getting them in shape. I am a person that don't like to lose. I do love to win. That's my goal. I wanted to win the right way though, and so that was why the practice was. And I believe that you had to prepare in order to perform. Coming from the South, is that your parents prepared you, whatever your task was to do, you had to be prepared to do it. So that wasn't hard for me. It was probably hard for my boys that, they had to put in all this effort in order to get to what they wanted to do.
And even in those first couple of years, you did something that most coaches weren't doing. Your coaches weren't that much older than us, to where it was like with Daryl and Ken, it was like, okay, that's like it wasn't like a coach as far as a adult who wasn't, we had to. They were at a level where they would run with us, play with us, and we can sit there and do like we were all on the same page, but we knew that like our big brothers. And for you to choose to trust the young fellas like that, I mean, that showed, again, that was another sign of you wanted us to really take the game in and realize how fun it is. I remember Daryl going out there. I think he supposed to teach how to slide. And he was so excited about the way he went out there and he slid, and he had on these brown slacks. And like, you got to talk, oh man, I got grass stains. we like, oh, you messed your pants up. Your mama gonna get you.
Yeah, that was another thing. Those was family orientated people there, those two young men. It was my nephew. And I always did things as a family, and that's why we tried to build our team as a family. We wanted close knit and everything. So me not knowing too many people in the coaching industry at that time, they was two young men that I felt that could relate to the younger kids. And they wasn't doing anything but going to school. I think they might have had just probably started high school at the time. And they was able to come out and teach some techniques and whatever. But they was learning like me. There was no pros. We started from scratch. And the team just grew into that. We learned together and we grew together.
Yes, sir. Like I said, those first 2 years to take us into the fact of getting the concept of the game. I mean, you like I said, you showed patience with us, and like I say, Daryl and Ken showed patience with us until we were just doing stupid, and be doing stupid because we were. I mean, we had other teams around us, and you could hear that coaches yelling and cussing, and y'all wasn't going there. It's like, okay, we doing stuff right? So, well, I mean, to hear you when you got loud with us, or Daryl got loud, it was like, oh, y'all are messed up now for real. We in trouble because it was never that atmosphere of you here and I want you to do what I want you to do. It was after, okay, you here, you might as well do and enjoy the game and learn. And I mean, that was part of the piece I got out of it as far as the coaching part, and just like you said, just coming together with the family piece. Now, the team itself, you never cut nobody, did you?
Not in the early years. I did probably about 4th or 5th year. And my pitching had gotten a little weak, and there was a young man that came along, and He came from another team. I didn't have no spot on my roster, so I had to be only out of the 7 or 8 years that our team was together. Was the only guy that I had cut off my team, and it wasn't because of him being doing nothing wrong or nothing, but I thought I would have been the easy way because his mother didn't attend the games. I talked with her, she knew about it, so I wouldn't have nobody to look at me and blame me for not letting her son play or whatnot. Terrell, we call him
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, yeah. That was the only person that if you want to say you cut from your team out of the years that we were together. Our team was free. We get our team together and we just let the person know that if you made this team, if we played together, that you would get some playing time. That was the Corey League rule that everybody had to be in the game. You had to get all the kids in the game. You don't want you guys sitting on the bench all the time, so they all got to participate.
But you never. And I think the other thing about you never brought in or forced in any players because of everybody saying, "Ooh, he played good. He played." It was always when they came to the team, they just wanted to be on the team or a part of a team. Because like I said, we had, Vertis, Kevin, and a couple other fellas, John Ross, John Lee, fellas who were happy to be on the team, and they didn't have a position. They didn't. You would put them somewhere just so they could play the game and give them a chance to play, and it was just they just felt good to be on the team. And then with us as being a family as we grew, it was just fun to know everybody felt they had a position and was always there to cheer each other on. And like I said, Vertis and Kevin provided all the candy. They provided all the candy. And it was just coming through that as far as, like you said, the boys came through. Some of them had different stories, and it was a melting pot because we came from all different places and different backgrounds as far as finances and everything else. But you found a way to bring us together as a team. And
that was a part of building the team there that I was recognizing. A lot of the kids that played that wasn't a few fixture on the team with their parents. We went to church together. And at the time, the kids in the summer, they didn't have anything to do, so they wanted to get them involved in something. And that's how a lot of them was accepted on the team there. Didn't have much athletic ability, but they were still nice young men, and we just wanted to give them a chance to do something. The parents were real happy with that they were secure in having not a job, but having something to do during the summer when they wasn't in school. So that was the freedom that I gave, and I think that probably helped our team grow closer together with us because that was the relationship we had with each other. We all out here to have fun. We're not no superstars, but we out here having fun, and we all get to play and get to learn.
Now let's go into it just a little bit. But when we got our first uniform was the red and white pinstripe, and we thought we were doing so. We thought we were looking some kind of way. But the year that y'all splurged, I think we played we had like 3 or 4 tournaments. But the year y'all got us, man, I remember y'all got us the black pants with we got the red jersey with the gray sleeves and the black neck, and then we got a gray jersey with the Bulls and red and black. They had the black hats with the B on them, and then you got us jackets, the black jackets with the Bulls on it, and our own bag to carry stuff in. Woo! I remember the first couple of games we played. We thought we were that great team. We thought we were that great team, and then we went to a tournament and we lost. And the next day of practice, he came and said, if y'all gonna play like that, I'll take these uniforms back and you will wear them old Matthew Dickey uniforms. And we were like, okay. He's like, yeah, okay. Y'all think I'm playing? Okay. All right. Bring my stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, I can remember back through that. That was one of the things that I almost got in trouble with Mr. Matthews from Matthews Dickey about, because we had did the little road booth thing of making money to buy a uniform. He thought that that was giving the kids more than what they deserved, that they should just use their regular uniform. But we wanted the idea we was going to participate. We wanted to look halfway decent, and but everybody cooperated in that. We did that part instead of having to come out their pockets and pay the money. We did the toll road. And,
well, we ain't do that many of them.
No,
you didn't like doing that many of them, yeah.
Just for specific things like that we wanted to do, and that's how we got the uniform. And I'm glad you can remember the colors and what they were.
Oh,
I don't remember.
We're gonna put the pictures up too. No, I got the pictures for it too. Yeah, because at that point in time, I think that the first time that we did our red, when we got our red pinstripe, I think the Steelers came right back behind and got something. And really, that was, we talk about it, laugh about it now, but really, there was nobody in that from Adam 2 through Midget Junior, whenever you finish that, there was nobody in there really besides us and the Steelers. The other teams were there to play, but no, it was a draw to hear when the Bulls and the Steelers were playing. I mean, we're kids, and we have the people coming out to watch us in droves, like it's a big league game. I mean, and that that camaraderie that we learned without you being our coach, I really think it wouldn't have went the way it went, because a couple of those times, we wanted to do some other things besides play baseball.
We want to stuff that, yeah.
But again, that was you taking us to a different level of thinking, because, like you said, we thought that the uniforms made us play better, but it wasn't. It was us playing, and when we got caught up in that, you set us back to where, okay, I take them away, and if that's what y'all want to do.
Yes, that's a good teaching point there, and I would say I was blessed from God above about the transition with that, because professionally I didn't know which way to go. I was just taking things as they come, and I still wanted to teach sportsmanship. And that was one thing I required, and most of the parents I would say all the parents, because I was close to everybody, they knew what we stood for, and they appreciated it. I had the backing of them. That's why I could do the things and get away with what I was doing to them, because I had their backing, because they knew my motives for doing whatever I was doing. We wanted to win, and we did most of the time.
Yes, sir.
And we took those losses and we learned from them.
Now, as far as I say, with us knowing now that you didn't play ball, how did you teach or come about the flick pitch? That's the one. I mean, we'll be in batting practice and we crashing the ball. You're crashing. You say, okay, y'all feeling good, all right, and you threw this pitch. Okay, it's like, what kind of pitch is that? Well, that's the flick pitch. Like, the flick pitch? You just named it yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, you called it flick pitch. That was my knuckle. I called it knuckleball. I couldn't throw the ball hard, so I learned to hold it in my hands and just let it roll off, and it just did what it wanted to do. And after I can get it to the plate like that, came a pitch.
Once again, I mean, based on what we learned, I mean, you taught us more. Like I said, I mean, it wasn't just like I said, baseball was our reason for coming, but we learned more about just being a man in general at times too, because you like I said, you were working, husband, father, not to just Piggy, but then you had Ann and me. Then it was the fact of you had these teams, these boys, and you let us come to the house. I mean, it was. I mean, for you to open your house to us was the first thing. Was like, oh man, we can stay at the house. Okay, what are we gonna do?
That was that Southern hospitality.
But again,
when you're together, everybody's together. There's no, everybody's in.
Yes, sir.
And I really, it benefited me because, like I said, that's where I was from the South, and people just take you in, and just your family, just do things together, and that's what made us close together, and that's just part of me.
Yes, sir. Yep.
But then back to the team, as far as organizing the team and getting people to play position was real challenging, and that I didn't get that from anybody in particular, but I had most of my team playing multiple positions. And that made it easy on me as far as to get in the lineup, or if somebody didn't show up for this game, well, I got somebody that can play here. We wasn't the most position team, but we had somebody that can fill any spot on the field. And that was really good. I can't say that I made that. I said the team made that for me because they were willing to do that and to learn. To learn each position that they played. I didn't teach the right technique for each position, but I knew the general area where everybody should be and who should throw the ball to or whatever. And we got through with it. We were able to make a team and was able to win.
Okay, since you brought it up, positions. Yeah, we're gonna talk about positions. I was on third base for 3 years. I asked you 1 year, can I play outfield? You told me no. Then when I got an actual chance and I picked it to play outfield, you said if you drop a ball, you won't ever play again outfield, and you can't ask me again. I said yes, sir, and I didn't drop a ball. And I played good. As a matter of fact, over the next 2 years of baseball, sure, I think it was my best 2 years. I got the MVP back to back. But my question to you is, sir, why wouldn't you let me play at first?
I didn't. I probably did. I know I didn't tell you then, but you playing the outfield, the way you hold your glove was kind of scary. You never held your glove upright. You held it down. And I figured, how can you catch a fly ball with your glove turned to the ground? But I guess I wasn't able to teach you in the beginning of how you're supposed to hold your glove when you're out in the outfield. But that was what I was afraid of you out there. Cecil running out there with his glove down, the ball come to him, how can he catch it? But it worked out because I was saying we were playing people for position, and that was before Morris Carson joined the team, and he had the strongest arm on the team, and I didn't have nobody. You played third base because you was one of the few that could throw the ball from third base to first base without throwing it in the ground. And Morris came, and I had me a third baseman, so you had to go somewhere.
Well, I appreciate that story now.
And it worked out good. I think I started you in center, but then later, Richard Moore
Mm-hmm.
game, and he went to center. But I said we always just had a place that we can always move guys around, and that was the good thing that you guys were willing to do that. You didn't come in and say that you shortstop and second base, and that's my position, and nobody else can play it. Everybody just played wherever you needed to be played at.
I say again because I'm telling you, just the fact after that third year, that third, fourth year, just the fact that you said, yeah, who you play with? Play with the Bulls. Oh, it was like hey, it was either you, if you didn't play with the Steelers or the Bulls, your team was all right, okay. You like say they played the Dodgers, the Cobras, but it's like no, you were playing for the Steelers or the Bulls. I mean that became and again that goes with the growth. That became a part of our name.